I'm covered for y'all. So, hey guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Tail Games, I'm your host, and today on CAD4U we will be doing two things. One being how to set up your 3D printer, and two, a quick thing on some quick career opportunities and education requires. So, we're just going to get into it and see how it goes. Okay, so first thing you want to do from right here is make sure your 3D printer is plugged in, of course, because then you're going to have some issues. And also on the back, there is a power switch. Usually it could be red, black, yellow. Mine's black, so just flick that on. And one thing to be sure, because my 3D printer, which is the Creality CR10, when I got it and I plugged it in, I had a heart attack because it didn't work. And I think I initially bought it from GearBest in April, and I think I said I canceled the order until late May, and I found it on Amazon a couple days later for a little bit cheaper. So I got it on Amazon. I was worried it might have been broken or something. But there's a switch on the side, which is actually a fuse, so make sure that's switched to whatever your country uses, and that'll be good. So here's your loading screen. Here's your main screen, and what you can do is you can usually press down on the home button, and it'll send you to an information screen. From here, you can choose prepare, control, print from SD card, your basics. So go to prepare, and from here, disable steppers just stops the motors. I don't hardly ever use that. Auto home sends it home, and preheat sends it to a certain temperature, but I don't really use those because it doesn't always work to the right temperature I like. So disable steppers I hardly use myself, but auto home, let me show you what it does. So if you look at the 3D printer, once you're done printing, sometimes it doesn't work. If you press auto home, it'll go back to its original homed position. As you can see, I'm not touching it, it just does it all automatically, which is a really good thing because it's so much helpful. Continuing, back on the home screen, if you go to control, you can choose the actual temperature you want to, so let's set that. Let's go back to control, back to temperature. So from here, we can select a nozzle, and that's our printing temperature. So I'm going to put this about 215 degrees Celsius. That's what I usually print at with PLA. And then next year, I'm also going to talk about what the difference between PLA and ABS is. I put the printer bed about 68, fan speed between 140 to 180 usually, and auto temp, I leave that off. Load memory and store memory necessarily don't work well. What they do is I guess they save memory to the printer, but I really like doing that. It slows it down. So print from SD card is just a removable storage device. So let's say we want to print, I don't know, this creeper from Minecraft. You can go there, you choose your temperatures and stuff, but for now I'm going to stop the print so I don't have to continue printing. And basically you can pause and change temperature in there. So one thing I do that works with blue painter's tape as well is using some really cheap hairspray. It can be from literally anywhere. So just grab some of the hairspray and spray it onto the bed evenly so you can get a nice adhesive surface. But make sure when you spray it to cover up the heat in and the fans with your hand or something, because, you know, one, aerosol is kind of flammable, and two, it's not good to spray it directly into your fan, so why not try to prevent it a little bit, you know? So that's just a good tip. Final thing is, when you're putting filament in, right here on the back, there's something called a Bowden extruder. All it is this little lever clamp that I'm squeezing down. You push that in, which releases tension off the two gears, and then you're allowed to squeeze it, and then you push in the filament, as you can see, and it'll go through the Bowden tube, the white tube, into the hot block, which is the bottom. One more thing I forgot to mention is if you have hairspray on your printer bed, it sometimes leaves it does always leave a residue, obviously. So to clean it off, I recommend you just take it under some water, especially some warm water. But please keep in mind that when you take off the glass on your heat bed or metal, it's going to be over 100 degrees Fahrenheit, so it'll be very hot. So when you go to the sink, don't put cold water on it, because then this will happen to it. Okay, so that's about it for the setting up your 3D printer for printing bit. We're going to come back to that in the next couple of days or weeks, because I'm going to push out a couple more videos every week. I think I'm going to be doing 2 weeks, or 2 videos a week maybe even 3 if I have time. Thanksgiving break, that's coming up here in, what, 2 weeks? Yeah, and we got, this week, next week, and half of the following week. So, yeah, that week I'm going to be pushing out, I think maybe 2, 3, 4 videos, just because I'll have time, and this is really fun. I enjoy it. So yeah, sorry for the rant of going off topic. So now we're going to go into the little bit of less fun side, the edumacation part, you know. Gotta put some of it in. So it's going to be less video of me. It's going to be more pictures and, like, statistics and stuff. So we're going to talk about mechanical drafting and entry-level salary and education experience required. And we're also going to talk about what it's good for and what they do. So let's get right into that. To start things right off the bat, let's just start into some statistics, right? So according to onestopcareer.org, the education level and percentage of workers in the field of mechanical drafting, less than 1% have a doctoral degree, 4% have a master's, 23% have a bachelor's, and then the number one leading with 32% is an associate's degree. 29%, this is a high number for some college and no degree at all, and 11% for anything that's a high school diploma or equivalent, which is pretty cool. So some things that these designers know a lot about is just simple design. They know basic techniques, tools, and principles involved in production of precise technical plans, blueprints, drawings, sketches, models, etc. They know some technology and engineering, so they know the practice application of engineering and science technologies. Um, they can know how to use good services and tools. They know a lot of stuff about mechanics, so some tools including their designs, uses, repairs, and maintenance. They need to know some math, some basic algebra, geometry, calculus, and statistics, um, and some physics too, because depending on what they're using their thing for, there's going to be atmospheric dynamics and pressures and other unseeable and hearable forces there are. And most of them know just English language, but if you know Spanish, which is the second most spoken language in the United States, that's very helpful. So you should be good at visualization, so you're able to imagine what you're creating as it's being moved around or changing. And that's about it for knowledge and abilities.